Ermes versus Michael Todd next in an event coming up. Everyone's thoughts on who wins that.
I like Michael Todd. I like the King's move, but Ermes is on another. In fact, something came across on YouTube. I think I don't know what I was watching, but they prompted me for an Ermes Prudnik match. I think it was Zloty Tour in 15 or 16, and they were both in the 86 kilo class. So it was a couple of little stick figures. And I mean, when he pulled Michael, I don't think he was much bigger than probably 90, 95 kilos.
Yeah.
My lower forearm is his wrist. I mean, he's going to have good hand control, good cup control. And he's pulled with Mike before, so I think he kind of understands how to approach it. I think, Mike, Ermes is probably not a very good match for Mike, in my opinion.
Realistically.
Yeah. I think he's got the key. I think he's got the keys to that box.
I think Ermes is way more terrible matchup for Mike than Gennady was. I think he does better what Gennady did, and he was almost 30 kilos lighter when he did it last time. Almost. Like, I think Mike didn't even pin him once in that match. Right. So, people are talking about, people just want to see. I feel like looking at that match, people just want to see Mike fail, and I don't want to see it. It's ridiculous at this point.
Who wins between Ermes and Chaffee, in your opinion?
Now we're talking difference. Yeah,
it's different.
I would probably put my money on Chaffee. I would put it on Chaffee. Yeah. Just because his hand is so strong coming across like that. Ermes, yes, great high posting top roll, but yeah, they might be just a little bit too much. Obviously, if Ermes was able to keep Dave's wrist straight, even just straight, he wouldn't have to break it back. Ermes would probably control that match and be able to win it. Yeah, I think he's strong enough side pressure wise to win the match, but I think Dave would still be able to maintain his cup and side pressure. As soon as it started moving that direction at all, that would be over. It would be a super fine line. That center point would be so critical one way or the other that either one could possibly win. But I just think Dave's hand and wrist would be strong enough to maybe reel in Ermes top roll. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know. I hold Dave and super high up and as far as the rankings go. I mean, I know there's guys that frustrate him and have cracked him with that King's move thing, but Dave is in a league. Only a few people are in that same strength category.
I think the fact that we're talking about Ermes and Dave now is a testament to Ermes' progression, isn't it? Because it is a 50-50 match in a lot of people's eyes, that one. And that's pretty amazing that Ermes has come from that. Like you said, John, that skinny photo of him and Prudnik I saw the other day. It was amazing. So, it's quite the evolution. And the follow-up question, because he's on a charge, Ermes, and he is looking good. I feel like 6 months from now, it may be the other way. We may be saying Chaffee's the underdog against Ermes. How high can Ermes go?
Right. I mean, looking back 4 or 5 years ago, that little tiny frame that he had, you wouldn't think that he could be a 300-pounder, but holy hell, it looks like he's going to be a 300-pounder.
Ermes versus Cadorette. The second time we've had that same question, and I'm going to put it your way, John, because you know both lads. And obviously, you've had massive experience of the freak factor that is Jerry.
My memory of Jerry is 5, 6, 7 years old, and I mean, if Jerry's gotten better, which I have no reason to believe that he wouldn't get a little better. I always think that people are pretty much who they are, and even as much as they talk about how much better shape they are, that they're pretty much the same person. But yeah, I don't know. Ermes is so solid upper arm wise and strength that I just feel like even if he let Jerry get that flop in and top roll, I think that Ermes has enough power to take Jerry down. But Jerry's got that weird spot if Ermes isn't careful. Obviously, Ermes is never. Jerry's a unique arm wrestler. I mean, people, there's an easy, well, not an easy way, but there is a easier way to beat Jerry than the normal, typical way that you would think that you should or need to arm wrestle. But I'm not sure Ermes knows that. So Ermes could possibly get into trouble. But I feel like Ermes would be explosive enough to make sure that Jerry didn't ever get behind his arm. He never got the offensive position. But yeah, I would bet my money on Ermes. But yeah, right. And I see Ermes is young and explosive, so I see no reason why he wouldn't get that at least.
Yeah.
I think we got a bet, Mr. Brzenk.
Okay. How much? Not this British pound crap, right?
Oh yeah, you can't bet real money. We'll do like 2 liters of ice cream. How's that?
All right.
And you can choose the flavor.
How many beers did you have?
Just 5. I'm good.
After 4,
I'm still speaking English, right? It's English.
He's still got some of my best conversations.
none of your answers are canon, so.
I'm not coming across British, am I? That would be horrible.
It depends on how strong those IPAs are. They're like 5 to 11%.
These are 6, 7s or something like that. They're good.
Oh man, absolutely.
Never thought I'd make it this far, but it's all I do. Several shots of chasing the stars have fallen through. You talk about squirting when you're rocking your beats. All I care about now is